Hi all, we are a group of people with limited physical mobility and upper arm movement, but that doesn't stop us from sharing, fighting, commenting, make choices and decisions. Watch us. I use pictures and eye gaze to express my comments.
In this video, we can see the usage of picture chart being used through eye pointing. For eye pointing, it is always good to have a see-through sheet with either pictures or words stuck on them. It is important that the central part of the sheet is left empty so that the communication partner and the AAC user are visible to each other. It helps in tracking the eye and communicating faster. It is also important to ensure that the AAC user is seated or positioned properly and the chart is being held at eye level. This method is also useful in medical emergencies and used in ICU to communicate with patients.
I use a head pointer and my word chart to express my choices.
Here, we see the usage of head pointer. We start using eye pointing or head pointer only when the person is unable to use hands or relatively it takes a long time to point using hands. Then there will be communication breakdown and a tendency to assume what the person might want to say. To prevent this, we start using the head pointer or eye pointing, whichever is easiest and fastest for the user. Seating or positioning has to be maintained so the AAC user is able to communicate well. By using this method, the AAC user gets independence to communicate whatever he or she wants and not being taken for granted.
Okay, போறீங்க ஓகே பேஜ் திருப்பியாச்சு ஓகே சத்குருக்கு எங்கே போகணும் ஓ பீச் போகணுமா ஓகே கண்டிப்பாக போகலாம் சரியா ஓ டெம்பிளுக்கும் போகணுமா இல்லை டெம்பிளுக்கும் போயிட்டு வந்துடலாம் வீட்டுக்கு வந்துடலாம் ஓகேவா ஹாப்பியாக என்ஜாய் பண்ணலாம் சரியா
I use alphabets and coded eye pointing. That's my fastest mode of communication.
This is an alphabet chart being used through eye pointing. It is a coded chart in a sense that alphabets are first split and placed in 5 columns, that is top left, top right, middle, bottom left and bottom right. Then each alphabet in the column is numbered from 1 to 6. These are called the indicators. The question to the user is which column and which number. So the AAC user first shows the column and then shows the number by pointing to the indicators placed at different corners. These methods need a little practice and communication partner should be able to follow the quickness of eye pointing. Always remember that the communication partner needs to follow the eye of the AAC user when eye pointing chart is being used.
We also use technology so we can become independent in communication. This adaptation helps me to access switch.
The person in the video is using a switch mounted on the mobile stand which is fixed on her wheelchair. She activates this switch with her chin to select the keys from the on-screen keyboard to type and express herself. This adaptation helps a person with severe motor difficulty to activate switch. This is mobile stand which can be used to place any switch like VBOS Winner, Bluetooth Aditi or any device which acts as a left click of a mouse.
I activate a touch switch with my head to make choices and also play games.
In this video, we see the switch being placed behind the head so that it becomes an easy activating point to make selection being displayed on a scan mode on the screen.
Surprise shower. Monkey teases. A treat for hippo hides.
I use a movement sensor switch Aditi with my foot, Aditi to access my phone and my laptop. With this, I can type, browse the net, listen to music, play games and of course chat.
9. Unknown item. Row 10.
In this, we see a voice output app on a mobile being used with Aditi movement sensor switch being activated with foot.
Row 1. Row 2. Row 3. When can we meet?
What is a scan mode and how do we get it?
In this, we see a scan mode of a board maker. Scan mode is the one that helps to select. Canvas highlights the rows first, and on selecting a row, the band moves from one to another. The speed of the movement of the band can be regulated to suit each person's ability. Scan mode works for on-screen keyboard, and on-screen picture grid scan mode is used for selection using a switch that is left click of a mouse.
Technology has improved now. We can get all these on our Android phones. Let's look at Android accessibility, interaction and dexterity control for universal switch options.
Now we will see how an accessibility works on all Android devices. How to put on a scan mode and how to connect a switch or activate with head. Just go to settings and choose accessibility. In that, go to interaction and dexterity. In that, universal switch and add switch. In this, for head activation, we need to choose camera and then choose one of these options, and it gets activated. Now the scan mode is on, and the option of selection will be based on the movement of our head, which acts as a switch. These all are the options. Choose on tap for selecting.
How to put on scan mode and how to connect a switch.
Now we will see how an external accessory gets connected to Android devices. The same, we have to go to interaction and dexterity. In this, we need to choose the option of accessories. This is where the switch got activated. With the help of an OTG cable, the external switch gets accessible to the Android devices.
I can use a head mouse to type.
Here comes the video clip of G.R. Aravind using his head mouse. Head mouse replaces the standard computer mouse for people who cannot use or have limited use of their hands. The head mouse translates natural movements of a user's head into directly proportional mouse pointer movement. Move your head and the mouse pointer follows along. The head mouse has a wireless optical sensor which tracks a tiny target worn by the user on his or her forehead. It just works like a computer mouse with the mouse pointer being controlled by head movement. This precision allows the user to perform tasks such as editing, typing, drawing, etc. This way they get complete access to the systems.
New inventions on the anvil. I'm learning to use eye gaze technology.
Eye gaze technology. This is another technology which calibrates the user's eyeball movement through an eye tracker. This helps the users for computer interaction, and they tries to select and type a message just by gazing.
We access our charts easily, can turn pages and point out. Some of us may need the help of pictures or gestures to understand what is spoken.
These are the different types of low-tech charts. Ring chart can be tied in a wheelchair. Sling chart can be easily worn like a tag and facilitates faster communication. Pocket charts are designed such that it fits into the pockets for easy use.
Hello.
Here we see a girl using ring chart, which was actually been designed for easy access for wheelchair users. This is a category chart where the categories are colored and helps in easy usage.
Thank you. நீ இன்னைக்கு எங்க போனோம்? ஷாப் போறியா? Okay.
We use voice output devices to chat with friends.
TalkTrack is a simple voice output device. It can be worn like a wristwatch.
I played with my brother. I watch movies in the TV. How did you come to school?
I use voice output device Katamala.
Here we can see a child using Katamala. These visual pictures give him a clue of the words recorded.
Some of us need pictures as clues to understand what is being spoken to us.
We have Jeevesh communicating with his teacher here. The teacher uses total communication, that is gestures and picture, for asking questions to Jeevesh. This helps him to process the question and answering by using Avaz. He navigates the categories and chooses the correct picture to communicate. Here we see a child using Bluetooth Aditi switch. It is a movement sensor switch to access the system. He uses to select to go to the next page and learn. He is enjoying listening to the story.
I use Winner VBoss and Speaking Dynamically Pro to express myself.
The scan mode is activated on Board Maker. Here we can see the video clip of Kavya using her board maker. Kavya uses Winner VBoss, that is a touch switch, to choose her options, which are being shown on screen picture board running on a scan mode. The auditory feedback helps her to check whether she has done the correct choice.
There are many more interesting things we do. I use the easy ball and on-screen keyboard to type out and say whatever I want.
Video clip of a trackball. Here the person is using a trackball, which is an adapted mouse to navigate the computer. The trackball has a left and right click and a big scroll board. Here he is using the trackball mouse to browse something on internet.
Visibility of AAC is important. I decide what to buy. I take my Avaz everywhere.
Here we see how a voice output communication system can be used to make a choice while shopping. Shivam uses on-screen alphabet board to type and tell his mom what to buy.
There are free downloadable AAC applications we can download on our phone and use free software like Jello.
Jello is a friendly AAC solution that uses icons to aid communication in people. Jello is a free to downloadable picture-based voice output system. These pictures are very easy to identify by children.
Hello. Good evening. Back. Requests.
We are a group having issues with our vision and using hands. Some of us understand better when spoken in our mother tongue.
In this video, we can see Bhuvanatreya using a tactile symbol card to express her choice of story, to listen, and also giving her opinion on the story. These are tactile cards made using real materials and similar textures, which she uses in her routine to represent stories. Similarly, yes or no cards were made using embossed lines. The size of the card and number of vocabularies are done based on her level of tactile exploration. Words are written on each card to represent each vocabulary. These are tangible symbols made using whole object or part or piece of an object combined with other tactile material to represent simple or abstract vocabulary for communication for those who have difficulty in identifying symbols through vision. High contrast picture chart. These are high contrast pictures used for children who need high contrast and bright colors to see better. The number of pictures, placement of pictures, gap between each picture are made based on their visual ability. Here we can see the child using objects to convey her choices for play from two options. The communication partner keeps giving auditory explanation as the child explores the object and also leads the hand and shows the placement of object. This helps her to make a choice. Super Talker, Go Talk. These two are voice output devices which are very easy to use with re-recordable options. These are two different types of color-coded keyboards which help children with learning difficulty and vision issues to access system.
It is delicious.
Links.
अब क्या चाहिए देखो तो and only one touch हाँ बैलून चाहिए अभी हम बैलून टिक करो रेड कलर का
In this video, we can see Sanvi using high contrast picture cards to request her needs and giving comments on how she feels about it. Here we can see Vicky using a contrast communication chart on a stable stand placed from mid to right within his visual field and range of hand movement that helps him access comfortably and chat with others.
Okay, outing bola. Okay.